Okay, my denim revival friends. They say third time's a charm. Hey, I know you have no idea, but this is my third time doing this. All right, so first my sound wasn't working, and then I realized I had not switched my video over to my desk. So, so you could hear me, but you couldn't see what I was doing. All right, so let's hope this time everything is going to work the way that it's supposed to. All right, and I just want to make sure that you can hear me. Microphone a little bit over. Okay. All right. So in your kit, you have two pieces of white daisy cardstock. They're both 12 inches long, and one is 4 inches wide, one is 2 inches wide. Okay, we're going to start with the 4-inch wide one. And you're also going to need a pencil, and you're going to need a ruler. Okay, and you're also going to need a mat. I'm using my Close to My Heart Versa mat for that. What you need is these two diagonal lines. Those are very important. All right, and I'm just going to zoom back out here because I want you to see all that I'm doing. All right, so here we go. All right, we're going to start with the 4-inch one. And as you can see, I've already tried this. I've already done that. So we're going to try up here this time. All right, so this is 4 inches wide. The center point is at 2 inches. All right, and we want the center point to be where these two lines intersect. All right, so that would be 2 inches on either side of this point. All right, so I'm going to just place it down. You don't need to attach it. All right, so now we've got it at between 4 and 8. All right, and now we're going to keep sliding it upwards on the mat until we come to the point where this line intersects with the top left corner right here, and this line intersects with the top right corner. All right, and what you're going to do is grab your ruler, and you're going to line it up along that line. Okay, and then just draw your line, and you don't have to worry about the lines because once you're done, all of the white is covered. I'm going to go back and do the same thing on the right line. Okay. And you can see how these lines now are totally following the lines that are on my mat. Okay, so that's all we need for that. Now I want to do the 2-inch at the same time. So this time the halfway point is at 1 inch. So we want our paper to be 1 inch on either side of the center point of the mat. All right, so I've got it positioned between 5 and 7. Okay, and we're going to slide it up until the lines intersect with the two top corners. And so we're only at 7 inches this time. All right, so now I'm going to line up my ruler again along these lines. Oops, that didn't work very well. And then I'm going to do the right one. Now this doesn't have to be like really super exact, but you want to be very close as you possibly can. Okay, so I've got this line on here, and it looks like this line here. It's just this is narrow, right? So I'm going to show you the process here. Once you've got the hang of it, it's exactly the same on here. It's just your pieces of powdered paper are shorter, that's all. Okay, so now we've got our X here. A little closer so you can see. All right, and now so I've got my 4-inch long pieces and 1 inch wide. I've got 4 different patterns here. You can use more or less. It doesn't matter really. It's up to you how you want the pattern to look. You've got everything in the kit you should need. If you want more of a color than you have, you can go into your leftovers and just trim off some 1-inch strips and then cut them down to 4 inches. You'll be great. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start with this color here first. I'm going to add adhesive to the back. Move those out of the way now that you've seen them. Okay, and I'm going to start with this line right here. Okay, and I want the patterned paper to go right off the end of the cardstock. Okay, and I'm lining it up above or to the right of the line. Okay, and when you see over here how the entire piece of cardstock goes off the edge of the not the cardstock, the entire end of the patterned paper goes off the edge of the white cardstock, because when you're done, you don't want any white cardstock showing. All right, so now I'm going to grab this piece. Okay, and I'm going to add my adhesive. Now I'm moving over to this line. Okay, and I'm going to work above the line or to the left, just like I did with this one. And I'm going to line it up at the top so that the whole thing is off the edge of the white cardstock, and I'm lining it up to the left of the line, along the line. Okay, so now you can see both of these. The whole thing is off the end of the cardstock. So when I trim it off, when we're all done, I'm not going to see any of my white cardstock. Okay, so now we're going to grab color number 3. Oops. This poor paper's been through the ringer. Okay, so now we're going to go back up to this line. All right, and we're going to do the same process here. We're going to make sure the patterned paper is right off the white cardstock. We want it completely covering the white cardstock. We also want it to just be touching the one before it. Okay, so this is piece number 1. This is piece number 2, number 3. Okay, now I'm going to grab my final piece, which is this one. Add my adhesive. Okay, and now I'm going to come over to here. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that, again, the patterned paper is completely covering the white cardstock, and it comes right up to the edge of number 2 here. So there's no white showing at all. So now this is number 4. Now I'm using 4 colors, so now I'm going back to the beginning. Okay, I'm going back to this one. I'm just going to follow that pattern all the way down the cardstock. Okay, so I'm just pushing it off the edge of the white, just enough to cover it, and then it's coming up right up to the edge of number 3. And I didn't quite get that straight. And here. So of course, you know, like this is all going to be covered. Okay, so number 2 is this one. That's an adhesive here. Number 2 color, not number 2 piece. Okay, so we've got number 4. Now this will be number 5. Let's see very well. Okay, and again, I'm going up here and making sure it's right off the edge of the white cardstock and lined up along the line of the one right above it. And you'll notice as I'm doing that, I'm covering up the ends of all of the ones that came before. So this is now number 6. Okay, and then the next color after that was the brown one. And then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to just move it off the line a bit and line it up so it's right along the edge of number 5. Oops, I can see white. Okay, and that is number 7. Okay, and then our last piece, our last color in the grouping is going to be this one. And so now we're going back over to this side, and you can see the pattern developing here. I'm going just off the edge of the white daisy cardstock, and I'm lining it up along the edge of the one above it. So this is number 8. All right, and then we start again with this one. And then again, same pattern. just off the edge, touching the one above it, and down it goes. And then this one. Okay, and just covering up the white cardstock here. Perfect. And then our last one. Right here. And you can see how each strip covers up the ends of the ones right above it. Right. I'm just going to come back on here so you can see the whole thing. All right, and I'm going to grab my marker. I want you to be able to clearly see these numbers. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so there you can see the pattern. Okay, all the evens are on the right side, all the odds are on the left side. Okay, now once you get all the way down to the bottom, okay, you'll notice you've got a little bit of white showing here, a little bit of white showing here. What you're going to do is grab your long blade scissors. And I'm so excited. I have my brand new Tim Holtz scissors. They're so awesome. Just loving them so much. Okay, and now what I want to do is just trim off along the edge of the white cardstock base. Try not to cut the cardstock like I'm doing. I don't know, it just happened. That's that side. Okay, keep the triangles you're cutting off. You are going to need at least 2 of them. So the awkward part about this is that there's glue on them. Okay. So then what you're going to do is figure out where your pattern is. So to the left of this pattern here is the brown. So I'm going to grab the brown. A piece of the brown. Just that one. So I want the adhesive on the other side of it. So this one. Nope. I'm getting this wrong. The brown ones. Oh, hopefully that will not show. Okay, so now I've got my piece, my brown piece with the adhesive on the back, and I'm just going to fit that in to that little triangle there. There's enough adhesive on that. Of course, you will add more. No, that's not good enough. So I'm going to these great big adhesive things. Alrighty. There we go. And now I'm just going to trim off the edge of that. And you'll see how your pattern stays intact. Okay, so everything about this is exactly the same for your 2-inch strip, except the strips are shorter. The strips are 2.5 inches. That's it. That's the only difference. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know. You can either put them in the comments, and I'll see. I check my comments usually once or twice a week on YouTube, or you can email me. That works too, or you can text me. All right, good luck with that. I hope you enjoy yourself, and we will be talking to you very, very soon.